Right now, right here, a Rec.TV exclusive again. This time in the Southeast. None other than Tone Hoodlyfe. What's going on, Tone?
Hey, yo, what's up, Reg? What's good with you, homie?
What's up, man?
Good, G.
How's life treating you, man, during this epidemic? The frozen tundra blew into town. It's like
yeah,
the apocalypse. The four horsemen saddled up on us, man, but we're still here. How's it been for
some
you?
bullshit, bro. We was out of power, out of water for a couple of days and had to go through that, but we got through it, We got warm with the family. And that pandemic, man, we trying to just fight through it, even though the governor kind of tripping, but, we can all stay safe, keep that damn distance shit going.
Man, I just had to get you here. Got to get you in the chair, man.
Already.
Right, we've been knowing each other quite some time. Probably 05, 06, back in the flea market days. We'll get into that. Yeah. But let's start with your beginnings. Like, when did you first start rapping? Not in the studio, but like hanging with your homies or a karaoke machine, and y'all started rapping. How old were you?
Actually, man, it's gonna be funny that you hear this name, but it started back with Vertigo, man. Back with Sam Vertigo, yeah. Man, we was young, 14, 13 years old. Had the little karaoke machine. We used to hook it up, record little tape players off of there, little tapes, freestyles, shit like that, man. Just play the beat in the background, because we only had one deck. So I didn't have two decks, we only had the karaoke with one, so play the beat off of something else and record the freestyle into the karaoke, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, since back then, 13, 14 years old, man, we was young.
Talk about your first inspirations, whether rappers you used to listen to or producers. Man. What bug bit you, man, the hip-hop?
Well, shit, man, back in the day, man, it used to be a lot of, I guess you say, more West Coast type music that kind of caught my ear, caught my interest. But, as I got older, of course, H-Town just started, being my thing. I just started loving Houston music more, But, man, I grew up off of all the old school heads, man. Aggravated, Most Hated, them Dope House, artists like that, man. But, of course, you grow up off of legends like Tupac, Easy, Biggie, Bone, DMX, old school artists like that. So I got a lot of inspiration from music like that, just real music, raw music.
And it's interesting, you started on the karaoke, just with your boys chilling, right? Yeah. There's one thing in the backyard hooping, but it's nothing. You take it to the park, right? You up your game. You want to play with better. You go to the studio.
Yeah.
Talk about your first studio experience. How old were you?
Man, we probably were around the same, about 14, 15.
Again with Vertigo, or
with Vertigo, but this time we was involved with more people, had more of a group of guys.
So Texas Mob was not formed yet.
It wasn't formed yet. My cousin Steven, he's actually doing music still, and they had a studio in their house in the backyard, in the back apartment. So that's where we would go start recording, because we would go over there, hang out with all the guys, freestyle. It was like a group of just young wild motherfuckers, like a damn Southeast version of Wu-Tang Clan, a group of motherfuckers. Everybody rapping. They all had their own style, their own. So we started, putting the little clique together, the group, the Texas Mob.
Do you remember if they were recording on computer or was more?
No, in the studio we were recording onto the computer. Yeah.
Right. So they had the ability to punch in and punch out. Right.
Yeah. And
I like to bookmark this era in these artists, because some of us came up before that era, right? Recording on cassette. It's like a one-shot deal. But you came in where it was already had the luxury to punch in and punch out and do multiple takes. Right?
Even though we were still newcomers to it and still trying to understand all that, because we were just really the rappers, the freestylers, and we didn't understand the whole aspect of engineering the track, trying to put it together. Cuz we hit the record button, he would chop up, splice certain stuff, but we weren't professionals. We were still amateur with it, but we did our thing, and a couple CDs we put out there back in the day, a lot of people loved it. The hood did, a lot of homeboys and shit like that around the hood. So it was kind of, out there making some little noise or whatever, but man, it didn't get real serious, man, until we started getting a little bit older, because we were young still there, 15, 16 years old, It wasn't really taking off. Uncle used to always tell us, like, y'all just making this music and sitting out there in the garage jamming it with your friends, you know?
Right, just to play on your own tape deck in the car, you know?
And he's actually the one who kind of would put it in our head, you know, about that, because it's like, y'all doing this music just to hear it with your friends, you know? So it kind of made us kind of open our mind more to it, like, yeah, you know, he right, so we need to start getting out there with it, trying to put it out there. So that's when we started going to flea markets or just trying to find studios, because back then they weren't just everywhere, you know what I mean? It's still kind of, you know, hard to just find a studio randomly anywhere, you know, you got to really find one, you know, have a location, people hook you up. But man, we started going to these flea markets, you know, going to these spots and finding studios, you know, and just started recording there. Finding out how much.
Candy Cane, this is one of.
Yeah, we used to work at Candy Cane Recordings. It was in the airport.
You remember the guy used to run that by chance?
Yeah, that boy Hugo.
Hugo, okay.
Yeah, that boy Hugo. I don't know if he's still doing music.
Right, maybe find him, get him in an interview.
Yeah, I ain't talked to him.
Boy, he got many stories.
I'm pretty sure he does, because he worked with a lot of artists, man. Like when we would go through there, he had a lot of people that were going in there. He had a good handful of clientele. Right. It wasn't just us, you know. I remember his fucking door, bro. That bitch was covered in names, bro. So he had clientele, because that was all the people who signed it every time they did their freestyle. Boom, put our names on that motherfucker, you know. I wish I could. I'm gonna have to try to find that boy, but
it's one thing I gotta add here about the flea market thing that people don't know unless you do it. It's more than just a little hobby or business you do on the side. It ends up turning to be a community outreach of speak, because you bringing in, you know, young people from the community into the flea market, buying stuff and spending their money, but you're getting them to record and sing and, you know, be on camera and all this.
Helping them do.
Right. That's why I have so many stories. I met so many people, you know, from the flea market. Those, you know, being in the trenches, I like to call it.
You're right, man, because that guy there, you know what I'm saying, and you as well, bro. Like, y'all helped a lot of artists just by opening our doors, you know, without really trying to tax somebody or even just charge them at all. You know,
you're not going to make, you know, any money. If you're in there to make money, you don't need to be in it, right?
Yeah,
I'm in it for the art, man. I just love doing it.
Yeah, and that's what drew us kind of, because we started coming over with more homeboys, you know, and taking them to your studio, you know, because it's like, man, this dude Doug, man, he get down, bro, you know, Rick.
So let's get into that. Texas Mob, when I met you, Texas Mob was already formed from what I can recollect.
Yeah.
Was that then? That was the pinnacle actually at that moment, was Texas Mob, or y'all were formed before this?
We were kind of formed before that, but yeah, at that time when we started going to you, it was actually because with the tracks we got from you is what we put our first mixtape out.
And those members was you,
Vertigo, LP, Psycho, Chaos. And,
that was your brother?
Yeah, that was my brother. And there's a few more that, you know, I can't remember their rap names, but, man, it was a lot of them boys, man. ST, Solo, Lil Shad, Dito. Like, it was a group of people, man. And
you had your own Wu-Tang going on.
Yeah, so they were all in there, and they all had their own styles, of course, own, you know, personas and shit like that. So it was crazy. We went to a couple battles, and we had a couple beefs and shit like that with other artists, you know, where shit got kind of hectic, little fights or just shit like that, just all of sorts, man. Just so yeah, we had a kind of crazy little underground run, you know. So it wasn't mainstream, but
let's fast forward a little bit. Afterwards, the flea market goes away, right? I don't see you for a few years, but you continued in rap.
Yeah.
Your journey didn't stop there. You kept going. Talk a little bit about that. Did Texas Mob eventually, how long did they stay together?
Man, after everything's said and done, after we stopped kind of going to your spot and just, man, probably only a year or two after I say it didn't really last no longer than that, because I actually started getting some equipment, you know, and
talk about that. What kind of equipment?
It was, I mean, you know, Pro Tools, you know, and
like, I ain't
no engineer. It was a Mac.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was with the Pro Tools, you know, some like 10 or some shit like that. It was an older version. It wasn't no new updated shit, but it was back in the day, you know. I'm talking back 2005, 2006, you know, 2007. So we were trying to get everything situated. So I got the shit and just said, fuck it, we're gonna start recording here,
right?
You know, so we started recording out the crib, you know, in the closet. You know, everybody started coming over. We started getting sessions. and just doing music out the house and whatever, and trying to get it going that way. And Texas Mob eventually started really just going down, dying down a little bit more, and it just started turning to just nobody, you know, was representing it, you know. And there ain't no harsh feelings about it. Everybody just got to grow up and do something else that they feel is more, I guess, necessary at the time. Me, you know, I'm gonna keep doing this music thing. It might not be on the Texas Mob no more because we under a new label now, you know what I'm saying? And now, like, I, you know, let people know when they come fuck with me, we leave all that ego shit at the door, bro. Right. You know, because we all as one now, so if we do this music shit, it's gonna be like a family, you know? We're gonna for real get this shit going. Ain't nobody over nobody, ain't no egos in this bitch. Nah, we all as one, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? We gonna wreck that bitch and we gonna stand up for the fucking name and let them know what it is, you know? And speak our mind.
But eventually you would go on to work in the industry with other prominent people. You did a show.
Yeah, we opened up for Zero, me and my boy J Love, and that's another project that I put together called Hood Love with the homie J Love out the West from Rocky Road Entertainment. That's another artist. He a cold motherfucking artist, bro. He is cold with that pen, bro. And that's my boy J Love. Much love, homie. And we put that mixtape together, Hood Love. You know what I'm saying? And it was basically.
And when you say mixtape, sorry to interject here.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
You're burning them on CD, I imagine, right?
Yeah.
Parking lot pimping, right? Out of the trunk, like.
Yeah.
How many would you say? When you say you're putting it out, 100, 200, 500?
Man, I mean, we didn't burn a lot at the time. I mean, we still didn't even make no copies after the first units we made. We only made, I say, about 100 of them. You know what I'm saying? And after that, it was just all offline, you know.
Right, still a lot, man, but
yeah,
it's a lot of work. People don't know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we didn't really make that many units, and that's all we stopped at. You know, I don't know. I kind of had a feeling like I don't want to do no more than that. You know? So we only did 100 and left it at that. We got, you know, we moved them and shit, but we just tried to push it out online, you know.
Right.
And shit like that. So that's why I started getting my Spotify going, you know, uploading songs from that album onto there, shit like that. I'm still trying to figure all that out, you know what I'm saying, all the whole understanding of Spotify and all that shit, but I mean, I'm getting it, you know. I uploaded so many songs so far, about 9 tracks, but
so you do have an album out or multiple albums?
Yeah, I do, but I guess you would say underground, you know. On Spotify, those are singles off of the albums, because I'm still trying to get the understanding of putting my whole albums on that motherfucker, you know. It's a whole process, you know. I'm trying to get all that
let
down,
alone
you know?
So many options.
Yeah, and that too, you know. I'm trying to look at what's best, you know. So I've been trying to just look into all that stuff, you know, and just get the numbers right, get my BMI account going, which I already got that going, you know. And just, man, we just trying to get shit moving, man. Like you said, when we started doing it out the house, it was all solo, Tone Hoodlyfe. You know what I'm saying? Because at Texas Mob, I used to call myself Tone Lowlife. I don't know if you remember that. But it was Tone Lowlife, but it's Tone Hoodlyfe. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a bunch of solo projects since then. Right. You know, a bunch of solo shit that I did. I work with D-Real, Villain. You know, those are homeboys and shit like that. You know, that's the family and shit. You know, I fuck with them niggas on the daily, like with
and that's second generation Screwed Up Click or Soldiers, you know,
yeah.
Talk a little bit about that. How you first got started with Villain.
Shit, when Villain put me on with that, man, shit, that was like 5-6 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I went over to his crib and we was fucking with some music, and you know, he was just loving some of my music and shit, so he basically put me on at that time, you know?
Right.
So we started going to the screw shop, you know, linking up with all the other people involved in the group, just having like group meetings at the screw shop, you know? You know what I'm saying? But I'm a solo artist on the scene of more entertainment. Right.
You're associated, but at the same time, you're trying to go your own path, man. Be in control of your own destiny.
Yeah. We've been doing this Seen More Entertainment, you know what I'm saying, since before, you know what I'm saying, before the SGS. You see, you know what I'm saying? So it's not that, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna put my on the back burner. I fuck with my SGSUC family for life, but we Seen More Entertainment at the same time, you know.
And that's a note I want to make right here. Is it's another commonality I see, and it warms my heart that D-Note is another one of those. Many of these stories, very similar, where they were going to the flea market with me, and basically got so spoiled, right, of the process. Like, this is how we rap. This is how you can record rap, punch in, punch out, right? That once I went away, they got their own computer and started doing it themselves. Man, you don't know what that makes me feel like. Then that's amazing, right? That they just like, this is how I learned to rap. That's what made me comfortable expressing myself and doing this craft. I got to do it myself. I got to find out. I got to educate myself. I got to get my own computer. I want to do it myself. And there's so many common stories. I hear that after the flea market, I went and got my own computer. Right? And that's amazing.
And you're right though, man. That does, like, you know, you are kind of the reason. You know, people saw you doing your thing, because I used to love it, man. Going in there, seeing you take off on that motherfucker, put the video together, have us on YouTube. You know, you're the first one that really put us on YouTube.
And I'm flattered. Don't get me wrong. I am flattered. But the main thing I want to point out is why I was there. Because once I had the ability, what we now call a DAW, the digital audio workstation, like the first software that we're doing it. Before this was reel to reel, right? Or a cassette, one shot type deal, right? Whereas this had this unlimited ability, right? It was like unlimited paints, right? You could just keep recording multiple tracks, punch in and out, and layer and thicken up. And this ability that I was granted access to, I was like, man, I gotta take this to the world. I gotta, everybody else in the hood, they gotta see this, what I'm seeing. Like, they will love this. And that's what got me doing it in the flea market.
To open it up in the flea market, man. Because I remember the first time.
And it's so affirming. Like, when I left, people started doing it at home. Like,
I remember the first time walking in there, seeing your studio, bro. Shit, you weren't there yet, man. It was still closed. You know, I was looking through the window. I seen it was a studio. I was like, oh shit. I was like, this is a recording studio? I was like, damn. So then you weren't there yet. Then when you got there, that's when I approached and you gave me that free recording session.
Right. It was all free the first few months, man. I just knew we had to load up that website, as many artists we could.
It was real, bro, and that shit was like, you know what I'm saying, real, man. So,
and for the record, I was looking up this earlier, and you can go into the archive internet and look up old websites. And there used to be a screenshot of the Demotrax, and it had a screenshot of the jam room. And I'm not mistaken, you were always near the top of views and plays. Like, you go to Demotrax, you would see your face, because it had like 4, 5, or 6 people that were ranked by views, and you were always near the top in Texas Mob. You know what I'm saying? And I think on that screenshot, you're there somewhere in the background.
Already,
I have to find that.
Man, shit, yeah, man. But like after you, bro, the love just stayed there. You know, like we kept on pushing. Well, I did. You know, I got a lot of singles, a lot of just mixtape shit, you know, CDs I put together. I started working on actual songs. I got my boy Lil Ron, like I told you, he used to fuck with the Dope House real heavy back in the day, but he doing his own thing now on the Go Hard Records. And that boy cold, man. He make them beats. So he making a lot of my beats right now, and
But you make beats too, though, right?
I mean, I fuck with it. You know, I got some of them, but I ain't gonna call myself a beat maker, bro. I can't do that. You know, I ain't.
Don't sell yourself short, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna sell myself short. If you want to get in the studio and
throw a beat on real quick so I can write something, I know you're more than capable.
Yeah, I'm capable to put something together.
So don't sell yourself short.
I know I've made beats before, and I've still got some that I'm planning on working on. It's just, I don't know if I really got, you know, some patience for it. You know, I used to be more patient back in the day, I think, because now I'm just like, man, give me the pen and I'm gonna take off writing. You know,
there's a musician inside of you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the bottom line. You really
appreciate that.
Finding that musician.
As long as it got to deal with music, art, some kind of creativity, man, I'm gonna enjoy it. You know, love it. That's why we keep on trying to pursue it now. You know, and like I'm gonna keep on going, man. I mean,
so what is just around the corner, man? What's going on? What's in the future for Tone?
Man, shit, we actually working on videos. We getting more into it. You know, we're trying to get more just deeper with the storylines of these videos. You know, we ain't trying to just do these basic videos no more, you know. Like, I mean, I understand we're gonna have a couple standing in front of whatever murals, but nah, I'm trying to take my time now. You know, when I put a video together, I'm trying to actually hear the words and paint that picture to that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So we actually starting to look into working on little short films. It's gonna take a little bit of time for that, but we actually got one in production right now. Vertigo, the Cuzzo, my brother, couple other people that want to get involved. So we gonna write out the dialogue and shit like that. So just hopefully, man, I'm trying to get my cousin on board with the, you know, under the See No More label, and I'm pushing him, you know what I'm saying? His shit's hot right now, man. That mixtape that he dropped, like, that bitch is jamming, bro, on some underground shit. It's jamming like a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? So trying to get my cousin involved so he could get more out there with his music, and maybe I can start playing the background soon, you know what I'm saying? Because I fuck with the music, man, but
there's a little Spielberg in you, huh?
I feel like maybe shit I could probably bring it out. I probably could bring that motherfucker out, bro. Cause shit, I got some scenes, man, for some little like scenes we got that I kind of got a little idea for, and it's gonna take some props, you know.
You a movie buff yourself?
Hell yeah, I love movies, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah, me too, man. Like some of your favorites. What'd you say? You watch over and over and over and over again.
I could watch that.
You never get tired of watching.
I could watch that Heat.
Wow, Pacino, right,
yeah,
right, man.
I love that motherfucker.
Michael Mann, I believe, directed that. That is an epic.
I love that one, bro. Heat, man. I watch that motherfucker like a motherfucker.
Right.
You can never go wrong with the old school Goodfellas.
Right.
You know, shit like
Gangster
that.
movies.
Yeah, I love all
Godfather,
that shit, bro. The old school movies, yeah.
Hey, who knows, man? We might see a gangster film by Tone.
Hey, we actually, you know what? Yeah, we got one, bro. That it's not a gangster film, but it's actually talking about the music. You know, like it's actually. I won't get too. I mean, it's the same type of story. I guess.
Would you act in it too?
We're gonna be in it.
What? Now you're a thespian. A thespian, I mean, not lesbian. A thespian. I want to make sure I get my pronunciation right. But yes, you have some chops, some acting chops.
Yeah,
man.
We're gonna be in there too.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to get some shit going, show our, you know, other side of it, and like, man, I don't know, just get more deeper with it, man. I know it's taking longer than expected, and a lot of people ask me. Homeboy asked me the other day, and it kind of gets to me a little bit, because you know what I'm saying. He starts asking about how long you been doing this, whatever, whoop de woo. You know, he's like, you know, how many followers, whatever. All this, he's asking these questions. It's like he's trying to be negative about it, almost. I guess you would say. And it's like, look, bro, I love this music.
Right.
And I'm not gonna stop doing it just because you say I ain't where I'm supposed to be with it, or you think I'm not where I'm supposed to be with it. And I love it, bro.
Right,
dude. Stop this shit.
You're like me, man. Till the casket drops, man. It's just,
you know what I'm saying?
in our blood.
That's what it is, bro. Right. And it kind of gets a little annoying sometimes, because like, motherfucker, you're gonna understand that one day. Like, this is what I do. I'm gonna fucking do it forever. You know what I'm saying? Man. Whether I put somebody out under the label or I'm shooting their motherfucking videos, I'm gonna do this shit forever, man. So stop asking me how long I'm gonna do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, I handle it, and I'm able to finance it the way I'm able to do it. I ain't asking for no fucking handouts. I ain't getting no GoFundMe account started. We taking care of it ourselves, so don't trip. We do it as long as we want to do it.
You mirror my feelings, man, that this game, the rewards are inherent in the act. Like, people want the success based on numbers. It's good. I'm not saying that's not a good thing.
Yeah, it's great.
But if you love to paint, dance, get in a wheelchair basketball league, whatever, man. It's constructive. It's not based on the numbers or who wins or loses, right? That you're doing it. Right? It's constructive, right? And that's, again, another thing that drew me to have those flea market studios, man. You know how many times somebody tell me, man, I stopped doing dirt because of you. Man, I start crying, I get choked up. Like, that tells me that, man, I'm doing the right thing here, you know what I'm saying? Hell, I got a family, almost 30 years, and 3 children, you know, but that thing was bigger than life, man. The flea markets, man,
they don't understand it, bro. I mean, this ain't no fucking, you know, I remember all them people out there, man, all the, you know, underground artists that were trying to get it, man, and I hope they all successful in their fucking journey, you know what I'm saying? Because there's room for all of us in this game. There's enough for everybody to eat, as long as, you know what I'm saying?
Especially this big city, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we all could get it, man. That's why I'm trying to be more supportive to a bunch of other artists that, you know, we ain't normally, I guess, on the same kind of scene, you know what I'm saying? Like eye to eye and shit, but hey, man, it's gotta look past that, bro.
For instance, before we close, like K Reno, he's gonna be here at 6. He does an interview later on. Like him, he'll go perform in front of 2 people. 3 crickets. He don't care, man. And he'll stop the show, and then afterwards sign, whatever, take pictures. All the time,
most humblest dude, bro. Realist.
Right, the realest of the realists. It's about, again, it's inherent in the act, man. You love it. You have to have that passion for it.
That's real, bro, and that's what it is. That's why, you know, I'm still keeping it going, still keeping it pushing, and my plans for the future, bro. I'm gonna drop a lot more on Spotify. I'm about to drop a lot. I got a lot more singles, bro. That I'm finna get into the studio for real. You know what I'm saying? Like. And start dropping some of these mixtapes. Not even mixtapes no more. I'm tired of calling them that. I'm finna start dropping these albums. I got one that you know, I already got the whole list. I got the tracks ready. You know, homeboys redoing all my beats, so I can have my custom beats, you know, exclusive on them. So for that whole album, I'm just waiting until he's done with them beats, bro. But I got all the verses, all the hooks, to all the beats that he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe have to do certain hooks longer. But they're ready, bro. You know, verses and everything, they're ready, bro. So as soon as I could get this album going, that's gonna be my like actual first album that I'm gonna just drop, bro. And then my cousin, he gonna start backdooring with a couple albums he got ready, you know, like a couple mixtapes and shit like that, you know, and just keep it pushing, bro. You know, I mean, I'm gonna try to at least drop albums now, you know. I want to try to drop at least 2-3 of them before I actually maybe hang it up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And but actual albums, I want to work on these motherfuckers, perfect these motherfuckers, you know. I want to work with actual fucking, you know what I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm talking about, man. So this time around, bro, it ain't finna be no mixtape mindset. It ain't finna be no freestyle mindset. It ain't finna be none of that. It's gonna be album time, you know. So shit, I'm just waiting to get these beats, and I'm gonna start hitting the studio, bro. And
that's exciting, man. See your growth, man. Any parting shots, man? For instance, one of the videos in the background is one you did with D-Note, like Land of the Chop.
Yeah, my boy D-Note.
What's up, D-Note,
man? That's my motherfucking G right there, man. That's my bro right there, bro, for life. You know that, man. Brother from another, D-Note. Yeah, man, D-Note's my boy. I got some tracks with D-Note, you know what I'm saying? And we need to get some future shit in, you know what I'm saying? Right. He down, he always willing and ready, but our time don't really line up. But we gonna find the time for real. It's gonna come soon, because I want to go back out there and fuck with Peps, you know what I'm saying? And he got a couple people out there that I want to go work with on music that I really, you know what I'm saying, the respect in the game. So D-Note, yeah, that's my boy, man. Shit, shout out D-Note, Black Ink Records. Note House Records, actually, my bad.
How can people find you, man, on Spotify,
on
YouTube?
Spotify, man, you just put Tone Hoodlyfe, you know what I'm saying? Type in Tone Hoodlyfe, Hoodlyfe with a Y, you know what I'm saying? On Spotify, same thing on YouTube, you put Sinamord, E-N-T, E.N.T, you know what I'm saying? I'm on Apple Music under Tone Hoodlyfe. You know what I'm saying? On Google Music, Tone Hoodlyfe, you know what I'm saying? Hoodlyfe with a Y.
Well, that's great, man, that you came by. It's always an honor. Hopefully get you back, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Hey, when I try to get this album put together, hopefully I can come back and show you a couple.
We'll be here, man, to promote it as always, man.
Yeah, already, brother.
Hey, coming in, bro.
Rick, man, I appreciate you. DJ Rick, man. Much love.